Okay children, now we will learn the shortcut method of coefficient of correlation. This is Karl Pearson's only. Under this we have learned the direct method, that means calculating coefficient of correlation through actual mean. Now in this case we are making the calculation on the basis of shortcut method, that means we are taking the assumed mean. Now let us see what is the use of it. It is used when mean value is not in whole numbers but in fractions. Suppose you calculate the actual mean and the mean value what you get, that is in fractions, maybe 20.5, 15.8, something like this. Now you can do the calculation out of the fractional value of mean also, but that will involve a lot of calculations and that will be little difficult also. So in this way, to make it easier, we take a whole number as assumed mean and we take out the deviation from the assumed mean, but the only difference is this, that we have to apply a different formula in this case. So shortcut method is used when mean value is not in whole numbers but in fractions. Then deviations are calculated by taking assumed mean of both the series. So in this case the deviations are taken by taking the assumed mean of both the series X as well as series Y. Take separate means of both the series as assumed mean, and from the assumed mean we take out the deviations. Now the steps: any convenient value in X and Y series is taken as assumed mean. So any convenient value, normally we take the central value, we see the minimum value and the maximum value and try to locate the assumed mean in the center, but according to your convenience you can take any value as assumed mean. Second is calculate deviations, that is x minus a and y minus a, and name it as dx and dy. So after taking the assumed mean, any value as assumed mean, we take out the deviations and these deviations will be x minus a here means assumed mean, similarly y minus a, and we will name it as x minus a will be dx and y minus a will be dy. Okay. Adding deviations, find out sigma dx and sigma dy. You know the sign of sigma, that means total. So after calculating dx and dy, we have to calculate sum of dx and sum of dy, right? Then multiply deviations of two series to get sigma dx dy. That means dx and dy we have calculated. When we multiply these two, dx and dy, we get dx dy and the total of this will be sigma dx dy, right? Add up squares of deviations to find sigma dx square and sigma dy square. Here we have calculated dx, square of dx will be dx square, total of dx square will be sigma dx square. Same way dy, then square of dy will be dy square and total of dy square will be sigma dy square, right? Now apply the formula. This is the formula for assumed mean. Don't apply this formula for actual mean. Apply this formula in the case of assumed mean. This is a little big formula, but it is easy. Here also, if you learn one part of it, you can make out the other part also. Sigma dx dy minus sigma dx into sigma dy upon n divided by under root sigma dx square minus sigma dx whole square upon n into sigma dy square minus sigma dy whole square upon n, right? So this is the formula. Now let us see what does the values or the abbreviations what you have used here, what does it mean? See here, dx, these are the deviations of x series from assumed mean, as I told you here. So x minus a is dx, a is the assumed mean, deviations of x series from assumed mean is x minus a, deviations of y series from assumed mean is dy, that is y minus a. So dx and dy are the deviations of assumed mean of x and y series. Sigma dx dy, this means this into this and total, sum of the multiple of dx and dy. Dx and dy, that means multiplying dx with dy, and total of this is sigma dx dy. Here sigma dx square, as I told you, here also the dx square, square of dx column is dx square, and total of this is sum of square of dx, right? Then sigma dy square, sum of square of dy, right? Dy square, sum of square of dy. Sigma dx, sum of deviations of x series, here it was dx, total of dx is sum of deviations of x series. Sigma dy, sum of deviations of y series. So these are the values what you have taken over here. So this is the description of formula. Now let us see how do we calculate coefficient of correlation with the help of assumed mean. This is the example, price in rupees and supply in kg. This values are given to you. Price 4, 6, 8, 15, 20. When the price is 4, supply is 10. When the price is 6, supply is 15. Price is 8, supply is 20, so on. So you have to find out the correlation or coefficient of correlation between price and supply, right? Now solution, you will make these columns. First x column, then dx, that is this is x minus a, dx square, then y, right? First we will take dx part, x you will copy down the values 4, 6, 8, 15, 20, same order. Then you will calculate x minus a, that is dx, by taking the assumed mean. Now in this series, in the x series, take any assumed mean. Here we have taken 8 as assumed mean, right? If we take assumed mean as 8, you can name it as a. So x minus a, x is 4, minus 8 is minus 4, 6 minus 8 is minus 2, 8 minus 8 is 0, 15 minus 8 is 7, 20 minus 8 is 12. So this way we take out the deviations of x series. Followed? Then dx square is square of this column, 4 into 4 is 16, like this, and you get these values. Individual values are squared and the total is 213, that is sigma dx square, and this is the total of this is sigma dx, that is 13, and n is number of items. We are doing this, calculating these values because these are needed in the case of applying formula. Now y series, y, this is we have taken as this is as x series and this is y series. Y series 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, copy down. Now take assumed mean. Here we have taken 20 as assumed mean, this is a. 10 minus 20 is minus 10, 15 minus 20 minus 5, 20 minus 20 0, 25 minus 20 is plus 5, 30 minus 20 is plus 10. Total of this is 0. This is make the square of it. 10 into 10 is 100, 5 into 5 is 25, 5 into 5 is 25, 10 into 10 is 100. Total of this is 250, right? So we have calculated dx, sigma dy, sigma dx square and sigma dy square, right? After doing these calculations, next what do we need is dx dy. Now how do we calculate dx dy? This is dx column, this is dy column, multiply these two columns only, 5 into 10, 5 into 2 is 10, like this, multiply these columns and get these values, do the total, this is 205 and this is sigma dx dy. Simple. So this way, first you have to see what you need.